creator, and host. Today, our purely positive person is Bernard Royal. He is an RN, a singer, songwriter, and so much more. How are you doing today, Bernard?
I'm well. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. Now, I just said a mouthful about you. So, let's start with being an RN. What made you decide to do that?
About 5 years ago, I was a medical assistant, and I didn't want to stop there. I worked with a lot of nurses in the hospital that I worked, and looking at the way the body works, how it try to heals itself and correct itself, or even giving medications to help heal the body, I was fascinated with, that aspect of science. So I said, I was going to go to medical school.
Oh.
Yeah, I was a bio major, but life happened and I didn't pursue that degree. And so I wanted to feel, I didn't want to feel that I did that in vain. So nursing was the next best thing. And I've been a nurse 4 years now, started off as an LPN and now RN.
Well, I am happy because that's how I met you.
Yes.
Working at the Shepherd Center, and that's how we connected. So I'm glad that I got the chance to meet you. And I have to apologize to you. I am fighting a cold, so forgive me if I cough a little.
Okay.
So the things that you have learned as in relation to your becoming an RN, and I know that you dealt with depression for a while. How did your knowledge as far as your schooling to become an RN help you get through your depression, or did it?
Knowing what I wanted for my life kind of motivated me to reach my goal. It was very hard because, and I suffered depression from an illness that I was diagnosed with back in 2009, which I really won't discuss right now. However, the depression has always lingered. I have good and bad days, but I honestly thought that I wouldn't make it through RN school because of those dark days that I had.
Gotcha.
But I knew I wasn't a quitter.
That's right, you're not.
I'm not a quitter, and I never give up on anything. So I had to force myself and push myself daily to make sure, my assignments were done. I even went to clinicals on time. Even going to school, was a struggle, but I accomplished my goal, and I'm proud of who I am today.
I commend you so much for that. Dealing with depression myself, I know what that's like.
Oh, yeah.
It can be overwhelming
Yes.
to the point where people just completely shut down. So thank you for not doing that, because now we have another nurse in the world.
Yes.
Appreciate that. Now, most people do not know that you have a beautiful singing voice.
Yes.
And that you sing. Tell us about that.
So I've always, I grew up as a singer. I started at the age of 3. I did my first solo in church on Easter. I remember it like it was yesterday. And everybody, when I got done, everybody stood and they applauded me. And from that day, I was like, I gotta do this often. I like this. And so ever since then, I've been doing background vocals, there's some lead stuff. My mom used to always be my manager. And I would say in '09, I did stop singing for 6 years.
Wow.
Because of what I was diagnosed with, and the depression took over. And I just didn't, want to sing anymore. I didn't want to do nothing anymore. But I would always sing around the house. I always kept that going.
We do that,
in
don't
the
we?
shower, yeah. But I would never go out in the world. I used to do open mics. I stopped doing that. I used to sing background for celebrity artists. I stopped doing that. I just didn't, it was no connection. And so I got back into church and got on the praise team and slowly introduced myself back into the career. And started doing vocal lessons with very well-known celebrity vocal coaches in the industry. And that's how I kind of got back into it. So I'll be working on some music in
Yay.
2018.
Yay!
Yeah.
That's a lesson for me. Wow, that's a huge lesson for me.
Yeah.
I have aspirations myself, not of singing, mind you.
Oh,
We
okay.
do that in the shower, in the car. But I have a publishing company anyway. So, how does your singing help you with the depression? I'm just curious.
It takes me to a different place. Sometimes you can't speak to somebody about what's going on, or they may not understand where you're coming from.
Right.
So you have to do self-therapy sometimes, and that's what I do often. I come up with tunes in my head, I'll write it down, I'll sing it in my phone, or, and like we said, I always sing in the shower.
Right.
So. But it really does help. It's my own way of therapeutic communication with myself.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
I want to hear it, right?
You really?
I do.
Okay.
So we'll get around to that. Okay. But anyway, now, because I know you, not well, I know that you, like you said, you're not a quitter. How has that positive attitude helped you through this particular journey?
Just knowing if you quit, you won't get forward. You won't reach your goal or in life, whatever you're trying to do. I just push myself. I know what I want, and you have to go through obstacles in order to get there.
Yeah.
It's not going to just be handed to you. And I just put in my mind, I'm going to go through this. I have to see my way through, see my way out.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing that a lot of people don't know. You're working on a book.
I have my hands in many pots.
Yes, you do. That's because you're a creative person.
I am. I'm a Virgo, so Virgos are very creative.
See, okay. I know that you're working on a book because yours truly is helping you with that.
Exactly.
And we're not going to talk about why it's not done. Anyway, tell me what the title of the book is.
Okay, so the title of it is Unheard Cry. Mm-hmm. It goes deep down into my childhood up until now, today. It talks about everything that ever occurred in my life and how I've tried to reach out for help to certain people in my family, especially, and didn't get that.
Right.
So I walked around with this pain and agony for years, and it's an unheard cry.
Right. So that's my favorite word, of course. It's a healing journey, clearly, and no doubt your singing has played a part in that as well. What message would you give to, say, a person who is watching this that could be going through a bout of depression or different things in their lives and need a pick-me-up? What would you say to them?
I would definitely say, we all go through things in life that we are not in control of. So with that, for me, I'm writing a book. So writing out those feelings helped me get it out, even although I didn't have nobody to really talk to other than the one truly. And so, just writing it out as a therapeutic communication with yourself, and just having some type of support system. Support system make a big difference.
Yeah.
And I didn't have that, but it formulated through over time.
Right.
So yeah.
Sometimes things sometimes you meet people and you don't know how important they're going to be in your life, or if they're going to be in your life, and things just, I call them hidden blessings, because things just work out and, you know, they help and don't even know it sometimes. They don't even know it. If someone wants to get in touch with you to talk with you, number one, about your singing or about your book, I know you are looking at potentially speaking and so many other things, how would they do that?
Well, they can send me an email. I don't have any formal ways of contact, but you can email me at bernard.royal@yahoo.com, and I'm on Instagram, and that's broyal1985.
I have to tell you, your name is amazing.
I get that
Royal.
all the time.
Oh,
I get that all
I'm
the
just
time.
like, what? Anyway. Anyway, so what we will do is we will make sure we keep up with you, because you're going to be doing something else, and you're going to have to come back and tell me about everything, because I want to know, and we will, of course, follow you.
Okay.
Make sure, all of our guests who are watching today, make sure that you keep up with Mr. Royal here. He's going to be a huge person, not just for his singing, but for his book and his speaking. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to come by and see me. And thank you all for watching us today on Purely Positive. Have a good day, and I'll be talking with you soon.